Memphis. How did the Boston Celtics slow down Memphis Grizzlies star Mark Gasol in the fourth quarter Saturday night? He had to have a break, laughed Brad Stevens. He needed water. The truth is the Celtics did adjust their coverage on Gasol after he went bonkers in the third quarter. But, at least as importantly, they took advantage of the star's time on the bench. In the 3 minutes Gasol sat at the beginning of the fourth, Boston, down 2 when the quarter opened, rattled off a 110 run. After he returned, the Celtics added 5 more consecutive points, giving them all the room they needed to escape with a 10,293 win. A couple of thoughts on that late-game run. 1. The defense stood tall. Even after Gasol checked back in, the Grizzlies went scoreless for another 2 minutes. In all, they opened the fourth quarter by going 524 without a point. Shane Larkin and Terry Rozier did a great job on the ball, said Celtics head coach Brad Stevens. We had to change some coverages because of Gasol. And then we just kind of stayed with it even though he wasn't in there for the first part. He was just hitting some big shots and we just had to make adjustments, added Kyrie Irving, who scored 20 points. He was not necessarily setting those screens but taking advantage of our system that we have in place and slipping out and getting some open jump shots that enabled him to get into a great rhythm. At that point, any late contest at that pointer was taking some one-dribble pull-ups and tough runners, and when a guy gets it going like that, that's a special player in this league. It's kind of hard to mess up his rhythm. But he had to come out at one time, and from that point on in the fourth quarter, the 3 minutes he sat, we took back the lead and extended our lead, and the pace of the game changed. So that right there, just a few possessions made a difference in the game tonight, where they made up some ground in tying the basketball game, but we pretty much felt in control the whole night. 2. Stevens' decision to play Al Horford and Jason Tatum with a second unit paid off. The lineup that made the run: Larkin, Rozier, Tatum, Horford, Daniel. This had not played together all season, according to ACUNBA.com, but Stevens clearly had it in mind. He subbed Tatum out about 2 minutes into the third quarter and gave Horford a breather a few minutes after that. By taking both starters out so early in the third, Stevens was able to rely on them to buoy the bench early in the fourth. Semi Ojeleye, who has received regular playing time but hasn't regularly made shots, finished the night with only 4 minutes played. It's one of those things that's probably going to go back and forth based on who's available, said the coach. You know, like, if Marcus Morris is here maybe you don't play either of them with that group. But I do think we clearly, as long as Marcus Morris isn't playing, we need to be alert to that. And guys are going to have to play different rotations than they're used to. That's just part of it, especially without Morris. The Celtics don't always have enough punch in their second unit. For evidence, one can look at the second quarter, when the bench went a combined 1 for 10 from the field, allowing the Grizzlies to begin wiping away a 21-point deficit. Stevens has tried different ways to sustain the offense when most of the starters are off the floor, but hasn't settled on anything yet. Part of the difficulty is that helps wary of giving his top players too many minutes, but after Gasol went wild in the third, it was nice to have Horford and Tatum there to help power the bench. Over 6 minutes, the aforementioned lineup outscored Memphis 163, posting a 112.6 net rating that is both promising and laughably unsustainable. I thought Al being in there gave us a little bit of a presence to go to, Stevens said. He made a huge basket at the end of the third to just kind of stem the tide, and then I thought his play at the beginning of the fourth was great. Added Stevens. Obviously Gasol got going. You're going to take a team shot like that. You just kind of have to weather that storm and stay the course. Guys did a good job of that tonight. This was a tough game.